But moving on Build Your Portfolio today, we put the spotlight on Indian Hume Pipe. In fact, the company is a pioneer in the water supply segment, and it has been in business since 1926. HDFC Securities is bullish on the stock and recommends investors to add on tips. Joining us to discuss this in detail is Kushal Rughani, Equity Research Analyst at HDFC Securities. Welcome to the show, Kushal. With regards to Indian Hume Pipe as well, overall, if you see the performance, the month of December also has been really strong with the kind of order wins that the company has seen. Apart from that, if you see the performance in the last 3 trading sessions as well, the stock has seen gains of almost 8.5%. Today as well, the stock is trading at the day's highest levels. What's making you so bullish on the counter?
So you exactly mentioned that in December itself, company has backed orders worth more than 900 plus crores, right? And this has taken to their order book position to more than 4,000 crores. And this applies to around 30 months revenue to order book, 2.5 years revenue visibility we have in this company. See, a company is pioneer in the water supply, sewerage systems, sanitation and irrigation since long, as you mentioned correctly. It has been since 1926, right? And we believe that government's strong commitment to water infrastructure would propel companies' growth momentum further. And plus, other than that, if we see company is holding land parcel at 3 locations. One is at Pune, one is at Wadala, Mumbai, and third is at New Delhi. So they are also at initial stages of obtaining development-related approvals. And in fact, in Hadapsar, in Pune, company has done partnership with Kalpatru Gardens as a revenue sharing model. And plus in Wadala, company has tied up with Dosti Reality. So this all revenue flow and profitability flow will come into account from FY20 onwards. We believe that. So that is additional to the company's EPC, water EPC business. So we are projecting 9% revenue and 33% profit CAGR over the next 2 years. And company's debt equity is also 0.7, which is quite reasonable. Return ratios are quite good, 15-20%. And the thirst on water infrastructure makes us bullish on the company. So we are positive on the company, and we have a price target of 445, which we believe can be achieved over the next 1 year.
Okay, Kushal, but you have mentioned in your report that the order book growth is also can be credited to the slowdown that has set in after the GST had come in. But where do you see them ending the FY19 year in terms of the order book? Where do you think they will stand, especially with the thrust on government infrastructure as well?
So, as I said, as on December, it is around 4,000 crores. So we believe that in March 19, company should end around 4,000 to 4,300 crore order book positions. That is what we believe.
Right. Kushal, overall, if you have to look at the valuations as well right now, where do you compare it with regards to peers? Because currently, if I'm seeing in terms of where the price based on past earnings go, it does seem, overvalued based on the earnings compared to the construction industry average. With that, if you go to see, if you compare it on the base of the expected growth going ahead, the valuation is seeming pretty reasonable. But again, if I have to compare it on the base of the assets, again, there is some bit of overvaluation that is coming on that front. So is it saying that the valuations are expensive right now? But with that as well, there is clearly some optimistic amongst the shareholders as well, and probably this could then be the right time to enter.
So we believe that at the current price also one can enter, and another 8 to 10% if one should definitely add on the stocks. Our positive stance coming in this company is due to the fact that return ratios are quite good. Debt equity position is reasonably well. So if you compare with other companies in construction infra space, there is an issue related to debt. And furthermore, if I add due to working capital, the receivable days are quite high for other companies. When I compare with this company, here these receivable days are around 100 to 110 days. So that is also giving comfort to us. And plus, water infrastructure as a whole, company has been pioneer since long. So 1926 if we see. So this is a very long track record we can consider for this.
Okay, but in terms of the short-term debt, how much do you expect it to come down by, and also what sort of debt levels will we see going ahead, as there will be increase in number of orders as well?
We have assumed slightly higher debt for FY19 end. So currently 0.7 is the debt equity, and we estimate around 0.8 for FY19 and around 0.9 to 1 for FY20. So slightly there will be increase due to working capital. There is no long-term debt as such.
And Kushal, in terms of valuations, what are you valuing the stock currently at? And with the target price that you've assigned to it at 445, what's the kind of valuation do you think it will come up to?
Yeah, so currently if I say 14 times company is trading based upon FY20 earnings, and we have ascribed 19 times evaluations, and furthermore, as I mentioned, company has 3 land parcels. So any positive development for faster development related approvals will add on to the company's valuations as well.
Okay, Kushal, but in terms of the challenges that you are looking at, we are also going into the election time, and what sort of challenges are there, especially if you talk about the competition coming in from peers as well?
So if I say there will be competition, surely. But as far as challenges are concerned, I see challenges as lower pace of order winning, which will in turn lead to lower revenues and profitability. This is one. Second is challenge rise in raw material prices. Company procures 2 raw materials like cement, and second is steel. So cement prices we have observed that last 6 months it is almost stable, and even steel HRC prices have dipped in the past 6 months. So currently it is supporting, but if at all these 2 moves higher, then company may face a problem in terms of their margins. So these are the challenges we see.
Right.
In this company.
Right. And Kushal, overall, as Priyanka was mentioning with regards to the elections as well, now order execution is something which is slightly moderated in the third quarter of FY19, and this is on the account of the elections that we've seen in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, as well as Rajasthan, where the company has won major, work orders worth almost around 1,200 crores. Now, do you think this is something that could impact, or are you expecting a pickup and a normalization to happen in this current quarter?
No, so we believe that there will be normalization, and even in the coming quarters, we will see further winning of orders by the company in the same space. So there is a vast opportunity in water space. That's what we believe.
And very lastly, with regards to the working capital levels as well, they were pretty much elevated in the second quarter of FY19 on the back of delay in reimbursements that happened on the back of GST by the state governments. What is your expectation on that front? Are you expecting normalization there? Because it's almost moved to 49% in the second quarter of FY19 versus a 45% that we saw in the fourth quarter of FY18.
Yeah, so there will be slightly higher working capital with compared to FY18, but that's what we believe, that it won't impact much to the company's financials. And we have already taken debt equity higher due to the fact that working capital will remain slightly elevated as the revenue, their project execution happens. So slightly working capital deterioration will happen.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kushal. So positive view on Indian Hume Pipe, a slight deterioration might come in terms of working capital, and a little bit of an uncertainty coming in from the election time. But with that, it's time for a very short break. Stay tuned for more news and updates on the other side.